Amazing shoot, bro. Amazing shoot.
So much fun, Ramesh.
I know.
I'm so glad we did this.
Let me drive you around Dubai, do some chit chat.
Come, let's go.
In this, the silent beast.
RS e-tron.
Yes. All right, DQ. We all know you're a mad petrol head. First, how did this all start? Like, where was this interest triggered?
I think from the time I was born. My dad and my mom's brother, were both strong influences, I think.
Okay.
So my uncle would he's very artistic. So he used to like to sketch cars.
Sketch cars?
Yeah, he sketches cars, planes, and he used to like lots of interests. He was into planes, he was into cars, into wildlife photography, all of this. So between both of them, I feel like I just kept kind of gravitating towards cars. But I think all of us petrolheads are kind of born.
Of course.
With it.
I think we are born, before we are born, we know the smell of a gasoline.
Yeah.
Somewhere. So,
in fact, my first early photos of me like standing, holding the steering wheel of the car. My mom would say,
at what age?
I would settle
what?
2. I would settle like if I'm unsettled and they're gonna feed me, they'll put me inside the car and feed me because I'll settle there. I'll be happy.
But tell me something. What's your choreography like? There's a filmography. Now we talk about choreography. It's a new term, by the way.
That's cool. Choreography is maybe the first car I probably drove was an 800.
Of course.
As everybody else.
I think 99% of the
that's the only thing. And I wanted to learn when I was like 8-9 years old itself. So that's the only car I could kind of reach.
You're driving since 9 years old.
I mean, I don't know. I'll probably get in trouble for saying it.
No, nobody can go back in time and say, okay.
Yeah, and find me for it.
Okay.
But I could steer very young. Like my dad used to put me on his lap, so I could steer at a young age. And then I started kind of like coaxing, my father's driver, and I was like, Anna, please teach me. How does this work? So I'd sit as a co-driver, and I'd slowly start shifting gears for him. So he'll clutch and pedal. So I figured out the whole gear system.
So all those petrolheads who want their children to become good drivers, this is the way to start off it. And what's the first exotic car you bought? Like, what was the first?
Amazingly enough, when I was living here in Dubai, I had a E63 with a V10. And that was the first time I was kind of living.
And you're living in Dubai just for work?
I was working here. And
interesting. That's as an actor or?
No, as an actor. I was working with in a construction company. I did some consulting.
So before you became an actor, you were into.
I was kind of thinking, I don't have a chance in acting.
Okay.
I didn't think I'd make it.
After your legendary.
Exactly. I was like, why should I come and embarrass, my dad and the name he's made for himself? So I was dabbling in lots of other things. In fact, at the time, I tried to start like a car trading portal. Kind of like Carval. I think Carval and me started on the same time.
Well, back in India or back in
Dubai? In India. So between Dubai and India, I dabbled in that. But I couldn't.
Still going on?
No. I kind of shut it down because that time I didn't have the funds. I didn't want to ask my dad.
Okay.
I was thinking even like in terms of, and it was so funny. Like we would go to what dealerships today are doing, photographing their cars and posting. At that time, my idea was, we buy a whole bunch of digital cameras, give it to my sales team. We go there, we offer them, we'll take the pictures, upload it on our site with your details, whatever. But people didn't want to do it at that time.
Okay.
They're like, it's too much hassle. Just moving cars, taking photos, too much.
And now everybody's doing it.
Now everybody's doing it.
So, the 99% of the startups fail because of timing. Yes, because of time. It's not about fun or anything else.
Correct.
Have you ever taken your legendary father on a drive, drifting, spin, or any of those things? No. I wonder how people react to seeing his naughty child doing all of this.
I wonder myself, but he knows what I'm capable of.
But is he also like a car enthusiast?
He's a car enthusiast. There's a recent film of his, you can see him drifting a Mustang.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So he's legit, it's in the genes basically.
Yeah. But a lot of those things, I think I first learnt about a handbrake turn because of, Karun and Vicky Chando and the rally cars, they'll be prepping. And so those things I kind of picked up. So I remember kind of telling this to my dad and he tried it in a film.
Nice.
So he loves to kind of pick up from youngsters.
Any advices he gave you when you were starting off or now?
I think he was always kind of, in terms of cars, I feel like...
No, generally in life.
Generally in life. No, he never actually told me that you need to become this, become that. He was always like, I'm the best at what I do. I've got...
You are the best at whatever you do.
No, he's the best at what he does.
Okay.
Like he has 3 national awards or whatever.
Correct.
So, That's
You
it.
figure out yourself.
You figure out yourself. You have some big shoes to fill.
Don't just go and
you can't be a
Porsche
failure.
driver. Yeah.
I'm so good at what I do. You better be good at something.
Okay. And there's no pressure.
No pressure. No pressure whatsoever.
Live your life, bro.
I'm like, wow, man.
I've done this. You see for yourself. And that's it. That's where all the second generation.
Yeah, you have to become something.
Yeah, and I think that's also in a way a big inspiration for somebody who really wants to prove it themselves.
Yeah.
Or else you just live forever in the halo of your father,
Parents,
be it
yeah.
success on.
But I'm very grateful to him for that, because he never tried to direct me in any push me in any direction. Like, he is like, even acting, he's like, you figure it out. He's like, I don't have the time to even listen to your scripts. You figure, you make your mistakes, you tumble, you fall, and that's the only way you learn. You have to fail, you have to fall before you walk.
Now tell me, we are in the Audi RS e-tron GT.
Yeah.
We drove that on the track. You experienced the performance. What do you feel personally as the future of?
I think it's genuinely impressive. It's a very.
You think the electric revolution is there to stay? You think
the thing is, we've been seeing kind of small strides in electric vehicles for a long time.
Correct.
From like GM launching the EV1 and VW. So you're always like, oh, this tech is there.
Yeah.
But I don't think we realized how now they've actually made it exciting and interesting, and kind of unleashing their instant torque and power.
Right.
Otherwise, it kind of goes, start, stop, you go from one destination to the other. There's no excitement, no thrill.
Yeah.
So that, I think, full credit to Tesla for kind of
bringing that culture.
Bringing the whole excitement of it, like the.
Do you own a performance EV?
I came quite close to considering this actually, RS e-tron. But I feel like I want to still kind of wait it out.
If you do buy it, then let me know so that I can tell the Audi guys to give me the cut. It's not every day that you get a DQ to Dubai to drive an e-tron on a track. Yeah. So Audi guys, you know what to do. Okay. Anyways, moving on.
Sorry, give me an RS e-tron. No, but I'm just like, I want to wait it out a little bit just for the infrastructure to kind of catch up. I think it's more interesting in other countries where you have superchargers and you have all of that.
Even there's so many issues like half the time chargers don't sync up.
Yeah.
I mean, we drive all over the world, but the point is, still there is, but yeah.
No, but you're also shifting. It's a massive shift.
Massive thing, yeah. But if you have if you have an EV charger installed in your place, and if your daily driving is not more than 300 kilometers, then you're good. And if you're driving more than 300 kilometers, then I always say, then you have bigger problems to worry about.
In a day.
On a day, that you should just leave your job and maybe become a Uber driver.
But I see it coming. Like I'm sure either this year or next year, I'll definitely add an EV.
And what about your projects that you're excited about?
Projects, films. I mean, I just completed shooting for one, which is a big film, a big action sort of commercial film. I hope to dub it across. It's a Malayalam, but we'll hopefully do it in all languages.
Even Hindi?
Even Hindi. We're exploring it. But I want to kind of see the final product and show it to distributors. They should think it'll work. I don't want to simply do every film in 5 languages.
And so tell me something, when you're shooting in a film actually, and you're given a car, okay, now this is a shoot, then you actually get carried away like we're doing today.
I have fun with it. Like the funniest thing is when I was shooting, I shot Guns and Gulabs, the show for Netflix with directors Raj and DK.
Right.
And they're very sort of Hollywood in their systems and processes and stuff. So I had to get to shoot 3 days early because one day you do a look test and one day you kind of do some script readings and one day for some other stuff. And I didn't understand what that additional day was for. So one of the things that additional day was for me to get used to the gypsy that I'm using in the show.
Okay.
And I'm like, huh? Because I'm very confident I can drive anything you give me. Because I have such a love for driving a car. So the next time, can you just drive it and see if
you get comfortable
driving it? I said, okay, this is such a jolly day. I got all of Dehradun I'm exploring in this gypsy. And by the end of the show, it's like, even if we're shooting some like stunt stuff, they're like, DQ, you just drive.
We'll figure out the rest.
Yeah, my DOPs will be like, what are you doing? You should have warned me before going.
What about some good driving memories, like roads that you
I think the best driving road for me was Route 1 in California. I did.
You did that?
Yeah.
From all the way
we did from
SFO to Vegas.
To LA.
I did till Vegas.
And so I did the coastal route from Monterey to San Luis Obispo. And it was a Sunday. and you could see all the car clubs out. You know, you'd see the Corvettes, the Ferraris, the Harleys.
And Sunday they still have it. You know,
they still have it. It's a very natural thing there.
Yeah.
So, and the road is so gorgeous. The views
I mean, this is unreal road. You know, on the one side of the ocean, there's a mountain patches.
And you come at such a height, and you're gradually coming. You don't realize.
Yeah.
And suddenly you're at sea level. It was incredible. So I've done that twice.
Twice?
Because I loved it so much.
Solo or somebody?
My dad and all were there, but good thing they fell asleep because it was a long drive. So after they were out, I was like, okay.
Normally you listen to good music or listen to audiobooks? Or?
Not audiobooks, I listen to music a lot. But it's very like, and I feel like my driving gets affected by the music.
Okay.
If it's a fast-paced song, I feel like I drive faster.
Then let's get the tail out. I hope there's no music like that.
In fact, when I used to commute to work in Chennai and in Dubai, I used to get so much anxiety from road rage because of just bad driving by people.
In Chennai?
That's when I started listening to like Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin, just to calm myself down. So like I'll drive slowly,
That's a good one.
I'll stay calm. I'm not going to get affected by how everybody else is driving.
You can do your shit.
Yeah.
I'll stay calm.
I'm calm.
I won't shout at you. But any bad close calls or accidents? And how did you get out of it so that, you know, we all poor chaps can learn from that?
I mean, I feel like I think the scariest thing in an accident is, you know, when you're in your car, you're so cocooned, right?
Correct.
And there's a feeling of safety, which is even why we abuse each other, because nobody's confronting each other. But if you meet with an accident and you suddenly come out of this cocoon and you're out there, and you smell the roads and you smell, if there's been a crash, you smell like, you know, all the fumes and the fluids and stuff. That is a weird, scary feeling. So I've had like minor sort of fender benders and stuff in India.
Okay.
But college we kind of met with a bad crash because a friend of mine is driving and so we kind of trusted, we were taking turns driving. And so I finished my stretch. I said I'm going to nap, let him drive. And he fell asleep.
While driving? This is very common. Like which city was it?
This was somewhere in Ohio.
Oh.
And we spun. Fortunately, I don't know what, some weird luck. It kind of went into this barrier like this, spun, hit the back, but we didn't hit any other cars.
Okay.
But the weird thing was like, I kind of woke up as the car was spinning.
So you just told them to brake?
No, there's no time to react because he's already, a friend of mine sitting behind, he noticed that this guy's fallen asleep. He called out his name. So and his reaction was to just
spin the car.
Just like sort of swerve back onto the road. He was going off road.
Okay.
That's what caused it to spin. It was like early morning. There's like dew on the grass and stuff. But that was the time when Fast and the Furious, one of those movies came out.
Okay.
And the cars are going under the semi trucks. So right next to us there are like 2-3 semis, and we're only imagining that movie. But fortunately, no one is hurt. And
fortunately.
And people came immediately to help. And it was nice,
after that, you've been driving very controlled, like.
But I mean, think that was.
Yeah, the accident happened because of somebody else's.
Correct. It wasn't me.
Usually,
but I'm quite conscious of that. Like I'm always, actually, one confession, maybe because I'm now sort of a known figure, known face or whatever. I'm always worried about having an accident and becoming a controversy. So I keep watching crash videos.
How not to crash?
I'm like, oh, this happened. Oh, that happened. I'm always watching crash videos. I trip a lot on like Nürburgring crash videos or like there's a lot of these like Russian dash cam videos and stuff.
There are these YouTubers, no? They actually take a car and you heard that recently somebody actually took a Ferrari and took it to a off-road track and completely took the juice out of a Ferrari just for the views.
I saw a guy who did that to a G-Wagon.
Yeah, G-Wagon on a
He rolled it.
Yeah,
I'm like,
people are crazy.
Come on, like, for me, like, I think that's the limit. Like,
that's
I can't enjoy sort of like.
That's an insult to the cars.
Exactly. And there's always somebody who's desiring that car or wanting, someday own it. And
but when you were living in Dubai, when you see all exotics around, driving around, it must be.
Actually, it was. I loved it. Like all my life, any travel abroad, I'm only like car spotting. I'm always going around spotting stuff.
And your latest acquisition of the car?
Latest.
The one you told me?
That I'm not revealing now.
Okay. I'll keep it secret, guys.
Let it come.
But I might drop that on the comment, so you can just stay tuned for that.
No, I want to get something special this year. But the thing is also like okay. I mean, this experience today was so special to me because the way I'm always shooting, I don't get to enjoy the cars as much.
And jokes apart, okay, being very, very honest and really honest about it, you drove very well.
Thank
for
you.
the time, since you've not driven on the track so much, and the way you handled the car, it was first time I was actually very nervous, honestly sitting there, because the cars are.
You need to know the limit of each car.
I mean, you totally looked calm, control, at ease.
And I'm not going to push it to a limit that I don't understand.
Yeah, true.
I just want to kind of enjoy a little more than what you can do on the road.
Correct. Of course, otherwise what's the
But ideally, I should. I mean, I do want to, take lessons and start timing myself and get better and learn the sort of racing lines of the track.
Question to you: you have to answer me. How many cars do you own? It's not about being boasting. Okay, it's about being your mellow side. And the people to know that you are actually a car collector, you have to tell me a figure.
I think a lot of people have this doubt, this question.
Nobody knows it. I know a figure, but I will.
Nobody knows it.
I will tell you.
And I've always thought it's very vulgar to talk about.
No, it's not vulgar.
The number of
this show is
number of things that you have, whatever it is, anything that you own. I'm like.
Okay, how many things your family owns a car? Okay, let's put it this way.
No, it's a very interesting collection, whatever said and done. It's not only exotics. It's not only. If I find
more than 100.
No, not 100.
75.
I honestly haven't counted.
I know, but approximately 75, 80.
I literally have to go and.
Still, I mean, I don't need 76, 74, 73.5. That's okay, but just a way.
Let's say.
Huh?
Let's say. I'm so scared I'm going to get into some trouble.
you just dropped some numbers here. Dicky, you're just a show off.
People are be like,
some of the cars you have are really exotic. I mean, owning these cars, and you don't sell. You told me that you don't sell.
I find it very difficult to let go. I find it very difficult
totally get
to,
it. So
not for anything else, because I know sometimes, especially because I collect a lot of used cars. And it's
you restore cars also, no?
I restore cars also. And it's so difficult to find them in the market.
Correct.
B, convince the guy to sell it. Or even now, if something is in the open market for sale,
you find difficult to sell it?
No, not me. I'm saying
for the guy to sell it.
If somebody has a car that
they will,
one day I want to collect, I'll just be like, if ever you're selling it, let me know. But now if something comes in the open market, there's so much interest now.
Yeah, because everybody.
I'm finding it very difficult to close cars. Like, it's like, I'll find something and I'm like, hey, I'm interested, can I check it out? By the time we get there, it's gone.
It's become a crypto market now.
It's become like that.
People feel that let's buy an exotic.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, it's so difficult for me to sell something because I'm like, I can never get it back.
Yeah.
If I change my mind or something.
And the cars you have, actually, you should not sell. Also.
Yeah, so my head, my dad's always like, what is wrong with you? Like, why don't you at least buy and sell? Where are you going to park all of them?
On that note, guys, we are doing a garage tour of DQ. We are starting a series with DQ's garage. It's the first one to be on TopGear's garage. That much I can tell you. When you put those videos out of your cars, people thought that 2-3 cars you have.
But I mean, it's a.
But it's a love for cars.
It's a love for cars. It's a problem.
I know a lot of my friends. I know a lot of people who have this collection. There are a lot of people who are there who actually have 50, 60. The same. They get nightmares. They are as possessed as.
No, but it is a lovely community also.
Yeah, totally.
I have a lot of collector friends, and we exchange a lot of notes.
Yeah.
We're genuinely happy for each other. Sometimes we find something interesting. We're happy that it went to the right person.
Correct.
It's not this. We don't get into this competition. A lot of my friends, I'm like, dude, if you like it, please take it. I'd rather. I just wanted to go to a good. It's this weird sort of. We need to save the good ones.
But I know your good nature. You also do a lot of philanthropy, right?
I do. Because again.
So what kind of things like?
So we.
So there's one more type of philanthropy, of donating cars to people who interview you. If you ever do that, you have my number. I will come to pick it myself.
You are welcome anytime to come. You can drive them, take them out.
Okay, cool.
It's only the transfer of ownership that I have a problem with. Like I said, I give it to you. Ramesh, I want it back. And you're like, no, I'm not selling it to you. And then lifelong I'll regret it. I'll be like.
But on jokes about what kind of philanthropy you do?
I genuinely care about education. I care about medical assistance. So we do a lot of that in whatever capacity we can. These are all the things we because I feel like a lot of people don't have those opportunities. We were blessed to go to the best schools. Correct. And sometimes kids are really talented or really intelligent, and they just need that little help. So anything to do with education or medical assistance,
it's something
that
education
I do.
Or just
anything. I'm like higher studies, and then I do also want to start something in like sport, where you kind of encourage young talent in whatever way. Because India, I feel like we're mostly only still cricket.
Correct.
You know, there's still so many other sporting interests children have.
Nice. And you have a very insane Instagram following. Some of the posts you get like 18 lakh likes, man. Come on.
Yeah, sometimes.
This is even people with 56 million, without naming them, they don't even get 10% of the likes. So this is actually.
I think it's because I don't really care about the metrics. It's not like I post.
And you don't post too often also.
Exactly. So I think when I do post, there's always some traction.
And you write from your heart, like when you post for.
Yeah, it's very, and you know it's me. Like it's not. It doesn't sound like it's orchestrated or planned.
Correct.
Or something.
And before we go, tell us a joke.
A joke. My daughter's been obsessing over knock jokes. So
go ahead.
Knock.
Who's there?
You said then is it red? And wait.
I said who's there? Because you say knock. When you say knock, I say who's there.
Who's there? And then I say I need to. Can you say I need to?
I think.
And you say I need to poo.
I say I need to poo.
You need to poo.
That was a lovely joke.
So all of
Please do not share these jokes again. I might die of laughter.
This is a 5-year-old's joke.
It's insane, hilarious.
I didn't Google this.
But can we
This is what
have some mature jokes, like where we can relate? Any car jokes? Anything?
Any car? Nothing will come to my head at the back.
And you're a good singer on the car. Do you sing? Do you talk to? Do you talk to yourself?
Do I talk? I kind of like
you drive.
I genuinely I sometimes talk to the cars. You know, I'm like,
hey, how
especially my old car.
How are you feeling today?
I'm like, please behave. You know, be a good girl today. Don't leave me stranded.
Oh my God!
That happens so often. Like the older cars like break down for some little thing. You could have checked every aspect of it. And somewhere either it'll overheat or like it'll refuse to start, or like some spark plug will get flooded or something, and like so a lot of the time it's like you treat it like a person.
And when you go out for these exotic car drives, do you take friends along or you prefer
I try to so
morning drives you prefer?
I kind of do like late night, especially in Kochi. It's easier late night.
Okay, V6, V8, V10, V12.
Love all flat 6.
V8, Porsche,
NA V8.
Any choice of engine?
So I've never really lived with a V12. I've never owned one. V10, yes. I think that was the most amazing sounding BMW engine.
And have you honed any driving skill of yours, or?
I love going sideways. Like I love.
So you learned it somewhere?
I didn't. So I want to. I want to kind of.
But you can do sideways.
I can do it. Yeah. I can drift. I love it. I find that more exciting than kind of going at really high speeds.
Yeah,
this tail out for me.
Yeah,
that's the most exciting thing. I think I first experienced it when I was very young.
I think it's an art.
Yeah, I had my dad had an architect friend who was an enthusiast. He kind of showed me the first handbrake turn. So when we came kind of sideways, I was like, wow, what is this feeling? Right? It was the first time you experience it.
Especially in your college days, if you take your girlfriend out and you're like, oh my God, this man is dude.
So cool.
So cool.
And in India, we never had rear-wheel drive cars growing up, right? True. It was that concept.
And if you had the last liter of petrol left, what would you do with that?
Oh, I would.
Fill it all like 1 gram to each of your cars?
No. In one car, I drive the hell out of it.
Okay.
I think I love driving my GT3
That's your pick.
Yeah, because I feel like it's manual. It's it's high revving, naturally aspirated, flat 6. It just feels like nothing else, and it's so much in your control.
Muscle cars, tuners car, exotics.
So I love all this thing. Well, muscle cars are very hard to find.
Very hard to find, correct.
Tuner car.
And I'm
not too much of a. I don't like to tune my cars so much because my thinking is so long term. I want the cars to really. I feel like it's as close to stock. They age better.
Correct.
And you just keep looking after it, servicing it right, and it's better. I've seen so many tuner cars of friends.
And what do you think about this? The Audi RS e-tron GT.
I think it's very cool. I love the design, which is.
You like this?
Some warning.
So then excitement has to come out.
No, so that's the thing, right? It does put a smile on your face.
Yeah,
it does make you laugh.
Yeah.
So that, I think when they
I think it looks
crack that-
also.
No, I've always loved the design of this, but I've always loved RS Audis.
RS
I used to really want.
RS badge is a moniker. So.
For me, that RS6 Avant was something I really wanted for a long time.
RS5 Sportback?
Not so much. I mean, I love wagons.
Wagon, okay.
So like M3 Touring, all the RS wagons. I used to love remember the RS4 with the V8, the 4.2,
Yeah.
R8 V8?
Correct.
With a manual, like muscle.
Why don't these guys
There's
do
one
cars
car in
back?
India. There's only one car in India.
Exactly.
That RS4. That was something I really wanted. When I was living in Dubai, it's like I really wanted that. But I do, because we love this sort of tail out action. The all-wheel drive after a point, it doesn't excite me.
Doesn't excite, correct.
Because it tends to understeer. That's just not my
So
style.
guys, we have reached a destination. If you have any script idea about Man and Machine, please list on the
Yes,
script below,
please. Let's make some car-related
because
movies.
DQ has already confronted that we are going to do a movie on Man and Machine, but we need some ideas. So please drop on the comments. If you like this, continue liking, because this man is a legit car lover. I had a great time today. In fact, I can say that to a certain extent even DQ enjoyed a lot.
I had a great time.
And it was so much fun. DQ, thanks for doing this.
You made this happen. Thank you so much.
We'll do this more often.
We should. Let me know
that.
anytime you're doing any driving related thing.
Correct.
Let me
Are you
know.
ready? that was actually good.
Well, good job, RS e-tron GT. Good job.